Hello everyone, and welcome to the original Luigi's Mansion. Probably wondering, oh my gosh, Travis, how did you get an early copy? This is the original GameCube version. So yeah. I had a feeling I wouldn't get this done in time for, like, October, so I picked myself up the, GameCube version. Months in advance. And bam! Here we are. I gotta say, development for this game is something else.
Hello?
I'd recommend you check out Beta64's video on this game and Unseen 64 and Luigi's Bigger Mansion. You want to learn more on how this game's development went. Originally, it was for the N64 for its disk drive, and it was supposed to be a puzzle game starring Mario that takes place in certain areas, or say rooms like this, much like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. But as development progressed to the American Haunted House theme, they decided to use Luigi instead of Mario, due to the fact that Mario was known for being more brave. One of the few character traits about Mario. Yeah, the reason why Mario's character isn't really that developed is because it's more developed than you think. I'll explain after the cutscene. Introducing Professor Egad, otherwise known as Professor Elvingad. This marks his first appearance in the Mario series. He also had a role in Super Mario Sunshine, even though he wasn't really there. He created FLUDD, too. As I was saying about Mario's character, it's because, well, they wanted to do more stuff with him. Take a look at Mickey Mouse and how much his character evolved over the years. Still kind of the same, huh? That's because they wanted to do more things with Mario. They wanted to keep him open to multiple things than just being the platforming protagonist he is. Yes, this is why he goes go-karting and stuff. There are so many things Mario has done that it rivals even Mickey Mouse's resume and Barbie's. He's not just a plumber. I mean, with each job, it also fleshes out Mario's character a little bit. Also, another thing about Mario and Luigi's age, Miyamoto said that they're like 25 to 24. I kind of find that hard to believe, because I'm actually 22 myself. It's pretty young. Even though you're adult, that's still pretty young. Before he said that they were somewhere middle-aged. And personally, I think that they're somewhere in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. Why? Because, well, if we learned anything from The Dark Knight Returns, is that even at elderly age, heroes can do amazing things. I mean, The Dark Knight Returns. Did anyone remember the time where Batman took down Superman at elderly age without kryptonite? If you thought what he did in Batman vs. Superman was just plain brutal, you need to see the Dark Knight Returns version of it. Comic and animated movie. I mean, Mario is like pretty much like Mickey Mouse. Superman without kryptonite. And Batman rolled up in the one package. In a nutshell. If you ask me, there's a lot more to him. But that's a nutshell. Yeah, with the 3DS version coming out sometime this October, take note that there's probably going to be some differences in terms of controls. And and that the map screen is on the bottom screen. Like the Game Boy Horror. There's functions. In the GameCube version, they were limited to X, Y, and Z on the GameCube controller. I think that's all of them. Maybe later, Professor. Now we gotta get the ball rolling. But as I was saying about Mario's character, yeah, people really freaked out when Nintendo changed his profile on their website to say he once worked as a plumber a long time ago. That's like saying Sonic fought Eggman once a long time ago. He still does.
Oh yeah.
Now there's a little trick with the mirrors in this game. I don't know if they'll still work with the 3DS version, but I'll show them to you in due time. You can also vacuum up the coins. Also the chandelier. Check the chandelier. Make it rain. You'll want as much money as you can. So don't be afraid to go full-blown Scrooge McDuck. So check everything. Be warned of that chandelier too. Back to the development of this game. Originally, this was a whole tech demo. Yeah, believe it or not. But then they reworked it into a full game.
Mario. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of changes they'll bring to the 3DS version, but I think that the map and all the Game Boy 4 functions will be on the bottom screen. All I do know is that the 3DS remake is being handled by Grezzo, the same dudes who, made all the 3DS remakes for, the various Legend of Zelda games. And they also developed Ever Oasis in the same system.
Oh yeah.
As for development of this game, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Apparently, the reasons why they chose the GameCube was because of the, lighting. It was actually one of the many games that shaped how the GameCube would, go out in technical terms. And my goodness, was it a legendary system. We had Sonic coming to a Nintendo console. Oh, people were going nuts! We had the third generation of Pokemon. Nintendo really knows how to handle, like, this stuff. I mean, they're pros. Pros, even back then and today. Turn off my controller here. Oh yeah, the ghosts here? They looked entirely different in the prototypes. Originally, they had ridiculously big noses as well. And for Luigi's trusty vacuum, the Poltergust 3000, it looked entirely different, and it could overheat. Much like the elemental meter that's used in the final game, it also had a mirror. Also, you had a certain amount of time to complete the game before Mario was lost to the mansion forever. Sounds pretty dark, huh? Well, there were hints beforehand in some of the prototypes that it would be a much darker game, as seen with the game over screen in the prototype.
Mario.
Now we're gonna go back to Toad and save. Why? Because there's a certain blue ghost. Well, there are a bunch of them, certain ghosts, that give out rare, valuable collectibles. You only have a chance to catch them once or twice, or they're gone.
Mario.
You'll have to do it again once you beat the game. And again, they also add money to your totals. Also, fun fact, apparently the European version of this game is the hardest one. So, European fans must be like, oh boy. Like, you had to beat the game twice to get its best ending in Europe, apparently. I don't know how much about the 3DS remake. They might change it. Then again, I could be wrong. get rid of these banana peels. Also, I was recording this at the recently announced Luigi's Mansion 3. Well, not exactly then, but the Nintendo Direct happened a few days before. And I called it when the Smash Bros. Trailer for Simon Belmont hit. Why? Because of the Poltergeist model. Was an entirely new model. I'm pretty sure it was like a case of, well... Darn it. Fortunately, we saved with Toad, so we can just load it back up. Hang on. And bam! That's why I recommend frequently saving in rooms that you know the blue ghost is in before you head in there and find him. As I was saying... Shoot, I forgot now! Oh yeah, the Smash thing. The Poltergeist model was completely new and different, and I was guessing it was like a case of time constraints. Like, Luigi's Mansion needed a few more tweaks before it could be shown off to the public. And both development teams at Sora and the people who are behind Luigi's Mansion 3, probably Next Level Games or Nintendo Entertainment Planning and Development. Nintendo EPD for short. We're probably like, okay, listen. You're gonna be mad. But we need to show this trailer for Simon Belmont now, and it has that new model. And the developers for Luigi's Mansion 3 were like, ugh. Oh boy, the internet's gonna blow up about this. Surprisingly enough, I was the only one who called it. I mean, the first word of mouth that Luigi's Mansion 3 was in development was with an interview with Mario himself at the Nintendo World Store. Or I'll have a link to that below as well. Okay, so far that blue ghost just gives out a ton of money. That's good, because you need a lot of it.
Mario! Oh yeah!
Another reason why this game was put on the GameCube because of the, well, they wanted to add in the lighting effects and make it look a lot better than the N64's hardware capabilities could have provided. And boy, did it do a good job at that. Originally, this game was also supposed to be in 3D. Surprisingly enough.
Mario! Oh yeah!
However, at the time, the prep pre-hurl to make 3D glasses more expensive than the GameCube itself, apparently. So the whole thing was scrapped. And now, to show you what the mirrors do when you scan them. Takes you right back to the beginning. This can be useful when you need to get back there and get safety in a pinch, and easier way to get around the mansion more quickly if you need to go to one area to the next. But take note, it does get back to the start, so use it wisely. Oh, my mouth's getting dry. And also, surprisingly enough, there's an unused boss in this game known as Li. And it was completely untextured, other than it was just an entire white model. And it had its own set of particle effects that were,
Mario.
surprise surprise, is hinted in the name, elemental effects. I'm guessing he had a lot to do with the elemental metals of this game. And according to the files, Li was being worked on as soon after the first showing of this game, I think.
Luigi.
So he must be an unused boss or portrait ghost.
おいどろおどヤマンバーポエアッポーソイソウオットマーサメの竹ウイソイソウシケシケオットマーポエジミジミペンペン
Yeah. A younger me had trouble with just Neville alone. Like the point where I was like, what do I do here? Oddly enough, I figured it out over time. Use my noggin a bit more. Also, take note. There are fake doors here that will slam you angrily if you try to open one. So, what do you do with them? Check the map. See which ones are real and which ones are fake. Again, this map is for the GameCube version of the game. The 3DS version of the game might be drastically different on the map screen since it's located on the bottom. No, Luigi, I wanted you to check that curtain. First, you have a small hazard here. See that book? It'll come flying out at you. And there's another one. And that ghost had a ruby. I know. The GameCube, Game Boy Advance era had a lot to do with gemstones. Oh, and since Pokemon Diamond, not Diamond, that was the DS. Since Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald originally came out on the Game Boy Advance systems. There were also 2 GameCube games where you could connect them to. Did I say Game Boy Advance or GameCube? Because those 2 games were actually GameCube games. You could even catch Ho-Oh and Lugia in those. Now all you have to do is just wait for Neville to yawn. Now keep at him. Those pearls he drops will keep getting bigger and bigger. Or at least they should, if I kept at him. What's going on with my R button? Oh yeah, then there's these books. They provide hints. Now, the twins are also ghosts. So take note, using these elements will really come in handy eventually. I'll show you later in another video of this game.
Mario!
T. Permit Jean. I just got that joke now, years later. Those hints will be good for handling the twins later on. They're located I do believe in one of these two rooms. One of them is still locked in this area, but we'll be able to access that later within the game.
Mario!
Also makes sense why Luigi's Mansion is getting a remake on the 3DS. Its sequel was put on the 3DS, known as Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Oh yeah!
And, the reason why it was put on the 3DS rather than the Wii U or the Wii, because, same reason than as to why Luigi's Mansion was on the, was, originally supposed to have 3D things, like stereoscopic 3D. Whoa, no, bad mushroom. It's a poison mushroom. You don't want those. So years later, Luigi's Mansion finally got those stereoscopic features. Yeah, sure, your hair's pretty nice for a ghost, I guess. Yeah. Oh no, you're not getting away from me, miss. See? Not a single big pearl. Now, onward to the part that really freaked me out as a kid. Yeah, the combo of that little jingle and the baby crying. And the fact when my friends in school said that there was a boss behind that door freaked me out. And this was themed after the whole American Haunted Mansion genre, so yeah. They really I think they toned it down some time in development, because the game was originally supposed to be darker. Like, I mean, for Pete's sake! Nobody's seen the... I don't know if anyone's seen, like, the, prototype bad endings or game overs, but... Yeesh. And the fact that Mario would be lost in the mansion forever if you didn't find him in enough time? Pretty dark enough. Pretty sure there was gonna be a lot more dark things in here. Such as the hanging shadow in one room. Yeah, that was entirely a lighting mistake.
Mario!
Don't mind if we do. Everyone on back then had one of those as a kid. I did. Whoa, whoa! Look, this is self-defense. I don't like it as much as you do. Well? What did you put in those teddy bears? hello there to you too. Okay, that was pretty cool. Oh, I will admit that. That little wake and the spinning punch. Sadly, I don't think the boss ghosts give out pearls. Alright, kid, this is self-defense. And we lost a coin. Kid, I'm not even trying! Or Luigi's not even trying! Dang, and he's probably terrified! I mean, look! He looks pretty calm. Again, there could be a lot of emotions swirling underneath a calm face. No? Nothing? Okay.
Luigi. Luigi. Ni, umaka, suku suku, yabo yabo. Soito, tei tei, su, tekuru, geiru, vegeti, umaka, ui, soito, sike sike, oya. Odo, Luigi. Yamamba, poe, appo. Geru, su, suku suku, sike sike. Poe, oyama.
That thing actually saved Mario's life. You'll find out how towards the end of the game.
Oya. Jimmy Jimmy. Yabo yabo.
Yeah, depending on how the frame goes, the picture will look different. That's why the pearls are important. Well, everyone, see you around.